Hey y'all, welcome to the channel that brings you multidimensional content, which means that the readings are from a broad and expansive point of view and they're not for a specific time but should resonate with you whenever you come across them. So, we're doing a reading and I'm channeling my aunt to give you guys a tarot reading. It's actually an oracle reading because I'm going to use an oracle deck. Wisdom of the Oracle. Angels and Ancestors Oracle. To bring you a message from my aunt. Right, so it was interesting because this figure right here, I mean, hello, balance, you know, yeah, if you look at the figure behind me, this is also my aunt. This is like about balance and surrender and how balance contributes to surrendering and how surrendering contributes to balance. My art is for me the ambassador in terms of like those teachings. If you're into like those archetypes, Ma'at, Thoth, the entire Egyptian pantheon. Actually, I've never really understood like the whole Isis Osiris thing. Not when I say not understood, I mean just it's not something I really like. It's not on my path. Like it's not one of the things that assists me in like my whole ascension. But my art definitely. I think also just because they were the bringers of like expansion to the people. So my art is about ascension through balance, ascension through surrender, the art of non-duality. Understanding that right and wrong, that's not balance. That's what is that? That's perception. That's not balance. Balance doesn't mean right and wrong. Balance isn't hot and cold. It's something else. And I think so many people don't understand this, that like this whole thing about how balance is formed, for instance, for example, by the engaging of your feminine and masculine aspects. Like yeah, cool, but people assume that the product of that, this balance, is now someone who is 50% masculine and 50% feminine. That's not balance. That's, what is that? Like, I don't know, that's ingredients. That's not balance. I'm going to tell you what balance is. Balance, and yeah, I understand. Like, it's actually quite hard to explain. Because balance is non-duality. Um, yeah, balance is healing. The product that comes from the two, the so-called balance, I don't know how to explain it. It's not now a mixture of the two, which is what you would assume, right? Because like that makes sense. 1 plus 1, 2. But in this case, it's actually, that's not how it works. So it's not feminine, masculine, for masculine. Like, no, that's not how it is. The product is a completely different product. Like, it's the dynamics are completely different. Like, everything is just different. You can no longer touch the feminine in it or the masculine in it to be like, oh, you see, that's made of masculine and feminine, let's take that. No, you, with when the product is done, when the balance is balancing, you can't even do that. You can't, there's no balance in there's no separation in balance. That's what I wanted to say. There's no separation in balance, so you can't really say balance is 50% hot, 50% cold, 50% hot, 50% white, 50% black, and ooh, balance. Like, no, that's not what it is. It's not what it is. Okay. I'm gonna pull some cards now. I'm gonna pull some cards now. You've done a lot of surrendering, and it's also come through as what you would call patience. I know, it's so annoying, right? It's okay, I'm not saying have patience, I'm just acknowledging the patience that you've had up until this point. I know how you guys are when people tell you to be patient, like you would slap me through the screen. But like it's cool. It's not even that like I'm scared of you and so I can't tell you. Like that's literally not what it is. This is just an acknowledgement of your patience up until this far. So you're starting with this orphan card, which is again, it okay, orphan and regeneration. And yeah, this is just telling me literally about like all the stuff that kind of sucked that you've had to balance yourself through. Um that not balance yourself through. Okay, balance for me also, by the way, is another word for healing. Okay, because if something is balanced, that's when something is healed. um you've had to surrender through a whole lot of shitty moments, and I don't think you I know you would this was not your goal, like to be this non-dual or have this non-dual sense of like consciousness. Like I know that's not what you were after, I can tell just by looking at your cards, but it's literally what you received. You were just looking for peace of mind. Like you wanted to not be bothered by someone not offering you like the things that you felt like you needed in order to be around them, like support, joy, um touch, comfort. I'm just naming a couple of things that like are coming, like popping up. But yeah, and you decided in this situation that yeah, you were just gonna surrender. This could have been a situation that you were not able to move from. So some of you, maybe people with kids, like, and your kids were young and you were not able to move from the situation because whoever this person is or these people are, they were kind of like helping you with your life, right? So yeah, you surrendered. You completely surrendered. I think a part of you might have even thought like you're giving up. Like not giving up, like you're just gonna live with it. You're just gonna live with how this person treats you or how this society or how this community treats you. But instead, something else happened. What the hell? So it's like, yeah, instead something else happened. Instead, you cultivated, like I said, this non dual state of being through your surrendering. Um, I think at first it might have started with, I'm just gonna ignore this person, I'm just gonna ignore this person, like, I'm gonna chill with my earphones on, like, whatever it is. But as time went on, I guess this had a really huge effect on you, like, kind of removing this person at least from like your immediate space or from your space like all the time. um it's like you reprogrammed yourself. Because I'm getting that the way you react to this person was not reactive. Like you would literally like just look at them and then like, okay, cool, go on. There was a time when whatever they're doing used to completely hurt you, but again, you kind of gave up or surrendered. You might have seen it as giving up, but with the universe, they like surrender. She surrendered. That was surrender. But yeah, there's like surrender here, and whether it was intentional or not intentional, it's completely changing your reality. This came up in another reading about how you're gonna be separated from this person. And this is all thanks to you. It's so funny because it's like you had resigned yourself to always being in this person's presence. You had resigned yourself to living with this situation, but the way in which you went about it, like, actually is gonna change your circumstance. In that, when you surrender, you begin to co create with something bigger than you. You begin to co create with the universe. You begin to co create with nature when you surrender. Because to surrender is to say, I don't know everything. So I'm just gonna chill. Like, that which has brought me here will come get me because it knows I'm here. Like, that's surrendering. Um, and you do that while taking care of yourself. Okay, there's a difference between this and like depression and giving up. That's why I'm finna say like you were. This isn't that you weren't giving up. You might have thought so, but you weren't giving up. You were surrendering. And yeah, look, you've got the yin card, which is a feminine card and a card of surrender. But more than that, it's like, yeah, your surrendering has brought you to this place of balance, this place of healing, where it's like, I don't think you even imagined that you'd be able to ever heal this situation. Like, I don't think you ever imagined like a life where this unfair situation was not going on. And yet, like, you were cool to bear the burden of like this karmic event happening in your life. You're very, very like advanced. You're very advanced. The way in which you deal with stuff is very, very advanced. The people watching this video, you might not be healers, all of you. Some of you are healers, and you're going to obviously use this strategy because you're healing a lot actually of your timelines. You're healing a lot of past timelines. I'm seeing alignment. Things are aligning, and that's because again, oh, balance. I guess it's representing that, like this balance. And it's activating this I'm seeing pie. It's activating a path without resistance, from both sides, from you or from nature. Like, you've surpassed the inner war. Ooh, I love these type of conversations. You've surpassed the inner war. Ooh, and this person assisted you in doing that. Like, whatever it is that you guys are, whatever the war is between you and this person or you and these people, the way in which you handled it, like I said, it's like a domino effect for so many things in your life. It's like you're not gonna have to do the same thing in every area of your life. Nature's gonna automatically take that program that you used to heal yourself in that situation, and it's gonna apply it to all your other facets of life. Oh my god, exactly. And you're just gonna feel free. It says here, you see your seeds grow. Exactly. These are seeds of healing. These were seeds of self-forgiveness, of forgiving others you're a very compassionate person. You're so compassionate. You're so full of love. You have compassion for yourself, even. People doubt that. Like, sometimes people think they can take advantage of you because you have so much compassion for other people. And they have no idea the compassion you have for yourself, which you do tons. Yeah. This hunter, it says here, track down your fears and desires. And I feel like that's what you did. You took this issue, whatever it was, and you literally gave it to God, B. Like, you gave it to God. You gave it to the higher, you gave it to the highness within yourself. You gave it to the most high within yourself, and you were like, yo, I got bills to pay. Can you deal with this? Like, I'll deal with day to day, you deal with this. And not only did you connect with your higher self in order to get through the situation, but yeah, it's the co-creation. Not only did you connect with your higher self for this, but you took on the teachings. Like when my aunt was like, this is what you do, like surrender, like let them do it, let them win. You were like, wait, what? But still, you did because you trust your higher self, you trust a higher power. When you got that feeling of like, let them win, like if that's what they want to do, let them do it. It actually has no, you realize that this person's actions they don't reflect you or anything about you. If this person wants to carry on with a distorted idea of you, they can do that. It's not your job to go around fixing every single distorted perception of you out there. Like, no. And the only time another person's perception of you will fuck you up or make you be in an imbalanced state is if you share that perception on some level. And then you must go through that feeling in order to heal that, in order to balance yourself out. But yeah, you've done that. You've got here, take charge with authority. And I'm just getting that, like, you've done this. You stood up for yourself in such a graceful way. And you've got like this calm seas for you from now on. The storm is over. Shit, that was cheesy, but for real though, the storm is over. See your seeds grow. Spring. I'm gonna name the reading that. Okay, cool. Later, guys.